Hello and welcome to Redshirt Cinema Club, a podcast about fandom, watching movies with friends and reading emails from our lovely community, which is what we're doing today as we take a breath at the end of our Star Wars season. Oh, and we'll each reveal our own personal rankings of the 11 Star Wars films we've watched on the podcast. Nothing controversial to see here. Please move on. Hello everybody and welcome to Redshirt Cinema Club. I am your host for today, Rob Pearson. We are joined by David Jackson.
Hello.
And Nathan Dighton.
Hello.
We've finally reached the end of Star Wars. Thank God.
You've not seen Andor yet?
You enjoyed it, really. Yeah, you haven't seen Andor.
And
it never ends, Rob.
We've got the excitement of our personal Star Wars rankings.
That's why people are here.
Where we are going to rank all 11 of the Star Wars films that we have seen.
Yes.
That's the 9 mainline entries plus Rogue One and Solo.
Justice for the Ewok movies. We didn't get round to them.
We didn't watch those.
Gutted.
But before we get on to that, we are going to take a little dive into the mailbag.
Yippee!
I've got no Foley. I've got nothing I can make. And Rob does.
Yeah.
He's got but he's not doing it.
It's not really a mailbag.
No.
What do you think it is, listeners?
That could be anything.
Yeah,
But
right
it
in
is
on the
paper.
next mailbag. Maybe we should invest in a small sack and some papers.
Maybe we
just
should
for-
invest in a jingle.
Oh, don't start him off.
can make a jingle. I'd love
You've
a
just
jingle.
set back all his actual work by weeks, Rob. Weeks.
People love jingles. You'd actually have to write the music, though, because we don't have a music library for this podcast.
Maybe it could just be our opening theme.
Maybe we do.
We might do, but it's more fun to write music. Let me do something fun for a change.
Let's
So in 2028, we'll have a jingle from Dave.
let's get through the boring bit, the emails that no one cares about, and then we'll get to the rankings, the fun bit. that
I like the
everyone-
emails because it
everyone's here
means
for.
I haven't had to do any thinking.
Yeah, I love it. Mailbag
So-
episodes are great.
This first email is from David Levinson, who has emailed quite a few times, but I picked out this particular email
He finally wrote one that
because
sticks.
it's shorter than all of his other ones.
There's a lesson.
And mostly it's because he shared something that someone else has written. So apologies for that, David Levinson. We do appreciate you. But David says, "Hi guys," top marks for not engaging in the ridiculous war of whose name should come first.
Yeah.
I was one of the people who liked The Last Jedi.
Oh.
Mostly, I think, because of the Rey is a nobody, anyone can access the Force theme. Also, I really liked Rose. Maybe because of all the backlash against the things I liked, Abrams loudly proclaiming he heard and listened to the whiny man babies, and probably also the death of Carrie Fisher, I never watched The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, wow.
Thanks to the three of you, at least I know what happens now. Lego Skywalker Saga was no help, unlike the earlier Lego Star Wars. And I'm not really sorry I missed it. Just last week, I ran across this Letterboxd review of Star Trek Into Darkness, third hand on social media, even though it's about a different IP that J.J. Abrams ended the cinematic prospects of, but which has also somehow managed to become overly prolific on the small screen. I think it's apt. It's from someone called Branson Reese. I'll transcribe it here, but will also append a screenshot. The screenshot is just a picture of the same text that he's copy and pasted here. So
That's what I thought.
didn't need the screenshot.
Well, it's just proving
David.
that this exists. I
Yes,
think.
I guess so. Here's the quote. Abrams isn't a man so much as he's an avatar of cultural entropy. If you make something popular enough, eventually you will die or sell it off, and a person in thick-rimmed glasses whose main artistic vision is that he loves to have meetings will take it and sandblast it until it's nothing. I hate to see this happen here, but maybe it's good that this happened. Maybe every franchise should collapse into a version of itself that makes shareholders nod and shake each other's hands. We should learn to speak in a language that rich people who don't dream can't comprehend.
That's good. That is very good.
From David Levinson.
David Levinson's really...
Thanks for sharing that, David.
Well, that wasn't David Levinson.
No, that was Branson Reese who'd written that.
Yeah.
David Levinson's just found it.
And I'm glad he did and brought it to our attention.
I can't believe that Branson Reese didn't enjoy the bit in that movie where they did a jump in space.
Which one is that? Is that the one with
It's
is that the
Khan.
Khan one?
Yeah, it's
The
Khan.
Khan one's not that bad.
not that good either.
Yeah,
Is
but
it?
it's all right.
Also, Khan isn't very Indian in that film. I don't know if anybody else has noticed. And I know that
He's quite Cumberbatchian.
I know that he was like Latino in that first film, but he's
Yeah.
really completely a different color this time. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
I think J.J. Abrams is probably a very good filmmaker.
I think-
and that's a bit harsh.
I think that is harsh. I think that The Force Awakens was pretty good.
These are
Force Awakens is
impossible
great.
jobs, aren't they?
Oh, yeah,
impossible
you,
jobs.
you really
don't
like
have to
Super
take
8?
them on.
I like Super 8.
8's brilliant.
You really like
I
it.
watched it recently.
Um,
Great film.
I think it's a tough job, and like coming back, as we've discussed before, who knows the ins and outs of it and what. I'm sure they didn't just go, JJ, can you save us? Do whatever you want. I'm sure that there was here's a list of things we want.
Strictures.
You can do it.
I do think that Abrams and some of his collaborators in that era of, I would put Josh Whedon or Whedon, or however we're saying his name, in that bracket, and that man who made all of those Planet of the Apes movies as well.
Yeah.
And some of them are pretty good, but just the generation of filmmakers who are now, I guess, in their 50s, who came up at this time when the internet was beginning to be a thing and nerd culture was very powerful. And
Kevin Feige. Would you
Feige-
put him in there?
Well, he's more of a mega producer who's made just so many. He's doing his job, which is make billions of dollars, and
Also, he's sometimes in the films.
Is
Is it him that's in the films?
I don't know.
No,
that's
you're thinking of-
Stan. It's Big Stan.
Yeah, but are you thinking of
Mr. Happy, whatever he's called.
Yeah,
Is that not Kevin?
John Favreau.
John Favreau? Thank you.
That's
John
it.
Favreau.
I
That's
would
what I'm
probably put
thinking
John
of.
Favreau in there, but a generation of filmmakers who have got big starry eyes for that kind of Spielberg Lucas generation, and I think that we live in a cultural moment where nostalgia and the kind of a meta understanding of things is more important, and this is their output, and some of it's really interesting. Some of the stuff they did on TV is really, really interesting. Or maybe it's just aged very badly because there's like a hollowness to it. Abrams was like Lost, right? With Lindelof, who also was kind of involved in some of those Star Trek things. And Lost is like a really exciting idea with almost nothing behind it, and that's in a way.
I think that might kind of sum
trilogy,
up
isn't it?
the problem, doesn't it?
Starts
Loads
really
of great
well.
bits.
Everyone's
Yes.
really excited about where it might end up, and then there's no real idea about where it might end up.
That's why
I've never seen Lost,
that's
but
why
I just know that this is what happens.
That's
in
what I
it.
was saying about The Force Awakens, really, I suppose. It's like it is easy to start something. Lost, brilliant. The start is fantastic, so exciting.
compelling.
Because they didn't have the whole story, so they just wrote whatever they wanted, and
I
it's
guess
just so cool.
Some of the correspondence we got about The Force Awakens was about Abrams and his love of mystery boxes. And I don't know if it's Abrams or just his collaborators or that generation, but there is that idea of it's a good way to start telling a story. I guess one of the things that just you haven't seen Lost, Rob, and I think maybe we're being unkind to Lost in a way that has got us post before. So I just wanted to kind of say, I think Lost is like, I was so into it and it was a big cultural moment. I think what it reminds me of is, when a game gets revealed and it looks incredible and everyone's like, fucking hell, I've got to play this game. And then it's like goes away and then you're like, what happened to that game? And then it's like with a different studio and like a version of that game will turn up. Like behind all the bluster, it's like, what do I fucking do in this? I want to play this game. What is it? And then it turns up and it is a game. And like some people like it, but you're like, this is not what I signed. And it feels to me like the people who love Lost love that game. And season 1 is the trailer for a game that I would have loved, and then it's like, all right, we've actually got to tie all this together, and it's like the working machine is a massive piece of shit.
I would say
I'd
I'd throw season 2 and 3 in there, I think, from memory, but then it's just like,
and the
then
people who are like, no, you
changes.
don't understand, it's really good because this guy does this, and then they fly over here, and then they go back, and I'm like, why is that good? What are you talking? Anyway,
Yeah,
more posting coming from Lost fans.
yeah, that's okay. Look, I've seen all of Lost. I didn't enjoy it.
How
I'm
many
allowed to
seasons
do
are
that.
there?
I think 6 or 7.
Oh, maybe it's 6.
Blimey. Anyway, J.J. Abrams there. Daniel Kinnear sends in this next email, and Daniel has some animation recommendations for us.
Skip.
All right, the next
No,
email
no,
is
no.
Daniel Kinnear says, "That's right. I'll kick off this email admitting that I'm a massive hypocrite. I rarely take anyone's suggestions on content to watch. For some reason, it often puts me off. I wish I understood why, as they tend to suggest some good things.
When I do that, so
Yeah,
However,
and Rob does, I think.
I'll gladly give my opinion on things to watch if asked, but I don't expect anyone to follow through based on my own feelings of being recommended TV shows, films, games, etc. Anyway, this isn't really the point of my email. Hello, Dave, Nath, and Rob.
Hello.
I'm sitting here revisiting the Tartakovsky Star Wars Clone Wars 2D animated series. Great series. That was me saying great series, not Daniel. I still remember watching it fresh on Toonami when I was younger. My God, I fucking love Toonami.
I've never heard of it. I don't know what it is.
It's a programming block,
It's
right?
just the block on Cartoon Network where they showed Samurai Jack, Dragon Ball Z.
You guys had Sky, huh?
The good stuff.
I was at university at the time. We decided to club together and get Sky.
I did eventually get Sky, but only really for Sky One and Beehive Bedlam.
If I could have Sky now, and it came with Beehive Bedlam and that old controller, and it actually came to a satellite dish, not through the internet, so that all the football that I watch with my neighbour who loves all sport and is really loud couldn't ruin, I would probably get Sky. And if it didn't cost £100 a month. Why does it cost £100 a month? This is just me being old.
I just have Now TV now. You can just subscribe to the bits of Sky you want.
Apart from the F1, which is a bit I want.
What?
It can't,
is that not in the sports bit?
Not on the... No, it's its own separate thing.
Cars are too big to go into
They're
the
too
internet.
special, I think.
That's some bullshit. I still have my old Sky box and the controller.
Yeah, that's a relic.
And I get it through the satellite dish, and I just use that now to watch terrestrial TV because I get BBC and all that on there.
There's like a meme on the internet where for some reason, like, banana for scale, and it's obviously like quite phallic, and I think that TV controllers are often used by men proving their penis size to people in sending dick pics to people. So
Are you trying to tell us something here?
No, when Rob said I've
never heard of that.
I've still got my Sky controller, I was like, what is it for?
Sky controller is about 8 inches long, I think.
As small as that. Didn't it? Isn't it weird that I have one on my house. I bought my house and it has a dish on it.
Same.
It's still there. Isn't it weird that was this whole thing? It's like, what an amazing technology as well. We're going to literally beam it down from space, and if you want it, you've got to get a special dish pointing at the satellites.
This is why it's called Sky TV.
I know.
It's the future.
It makes sense. And now we've just like, no, you don't need to do that anymore.
The internet. Is it 4K? Not really anymore.
I remember when the van turned up.
Yeah.
With at the time it had the big Simpsons decal on it, because Simpsons was the big thing that Sky had got at that time. Oh, you have to have Sky to watch the Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's just so exciting.
I remember a friend of mine got a job at Sky, and we'd only recently left school, and we were in the pub in my hometown, and he was like, I've just got a job at Sky. It's so exciting.
Do the voice.
He sounds like me. And someone who was there was like, oh, what, installing the dishes? He was like, no, I'm actually working at Sky. I'm actually producing, I'm actually editing. I'm working on the sports.
I forgot that you went to yes.
This was before uni. This was at home, yeah. He just got a job, but it was just quite funny and sweet that someone was like excited that he was so excited about this job, and they assumed it was, what, you do a dish fitter? You going around putting dishes in, giving people the dream of Sky? It's like, no, I'm actually making some of the TV
Sky
programs.
has still got this incredible allure for me. It's still like
it's special.
If you've got Sky, it's better than everything. Everything else is like just all the subscriptions are slowly getting more expensive with ads.
Yeah.
Oh God, everything's worse.
They were ahead of the game. My parents have Sky, and they still record things. It drives me insane. I was like, all of this stuff is available on streaming.
Mate, there was a peak
through the same box.
But you could get it you could do actual 4K. I know that's probably take up most of your hard drive in one go, but
it's a big hard drive.
I don't even understand the offerings anymore in terms of like, can I still get, what would it cost for me to get it shot into my house from space? That's number one. I want that. And then to be able to record anything I want on a box.
Well, it exists. I don't know if they still let you have it. I'm sure they do. My mum and dad love it. My mum has got like 200 episodes of Neighbours, which she stopped watching Neighbours. She started recording Neighbours, and then she watched it much slower than it was made. So now I'm just like, get through, just delete all the Neighbours.
She's still on the bit with Donna and Declan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Margot Robbie still in Neighbours.
Harold's still missing in her Neighbours.
We should get on with this because
I like that.
We got 3.5 emails still to read.
Half an email? Was that this one?
Well,
we've only mentioned.
He's got the first sentence in, which is, I still remember watching Clone Wars on Toonami when I was younger, and then owning it on DVD.
Nice.
I even remember playing an Internet Explorer game on the Cartoon Network website where you'd play as Kit Fisto during the underwater battle of the series. It holds a really special place in my heart, and I'm so glad Rob highlighted it during your Star Wars run. I didn't highlight that game, just to be clear, because I've never heard of it. I highlighted that bit.
I wonder if it's still available, maybe on the Wayback Machine or something.
It made me think, and I believe you all have mentioned potentially doing an animated series on the pod, that exploring some good adult animated series would be a real treat.
Adult. Alarm bells.
Loads
Another
of
absolute
Sky controllers.
another absolute classic from Tartakovsky would be Samurai Jack. I don't know if you could call that an adult show. It's a show that I would still enjoy, probably. Honestly, between this and Star Wars Clone Wars 2D, the walls of my horizons were battered down to allow a flood of realization that animated content could enrich and feed my desire for imaginative worlds and incredible storytelling and treat me like a grown-up. Flipping heck. I just want to also mention Batman, the animated series. Great shout. X-Men, the animated series. Great shout. And Gargoyles. I've never heard of it. As I know that shaped a lot of people who would believe well into their 30s that animation wasn't just for babies. From here, I explored films like
40s.
Studio Ghibli, like the Studio Ghibli films, Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, say what you will, I had a good time, and The Animatrix. Then later in life, Love, Death and Robots, Castlevania, Blue Eye Samurai, and Blood of Zeus. My point is, I think you should definitely explore animation in the future, as some of the best narratives in the world are often overlooked and tucked away behind animation because it's still treated as a subpar medium. All the best, good luck, and thanks a million, Daniel Kinnear.
I fundamentally disagree with almost everything that Daniel has told us.
Really?
And why is that?
Because I don't think that animation is overlooked. I think that it's enormous. It's one of the driving forces behind Disney Plus because it is for children. But also, I think that it's celebrated all the time. And there's loads of stuff that I love, which is animation. So if we've sounded like we're down on animation, it's specifically because I've not been interested in properties I like Star Wars, that have like leaned into younger audiences. And I've loved Pixar. I've loved classic Disney. I love Ghibli movies.
We're not particularly down on animation, I don't think, on the pod.
And I do also think, like in terms of that pure adult, I think you have to accept that most audiences who go to animation, the reason that you'd make an animation movie is to attract a family or younger audience. Certainly, like the younger audience is built into it. And in terms of like examples of things which could be live action, but they've decided to do in animation, there aren't that many. Like the more in outside of America and Europe, I guess. Like France has got some. So I think it only makes me laugh when people are like, you've got to understand, animation is also for adults. For example, Batman. So
yeah, we watched one of the favourite films we've watched on this podcast is Ghost in the Shell. That's an animation for adults.
It's got boobs in it. That's how you know when it's for adults.
Yeah, and it's got philosophy in it and violence.
Exactly.
Did it?
Did the Animatrix?
The Animatrix, I remembered being like an anthology series of shorter films. I think there were like 9 or so, and I watched them all. Was quite underwhelmed, but that was when I was 15, 16 and loving The Matrix and just wanted only to see cool people in coats fighting each other.
Is Neo in them? Is it like...
I think he has like a presence in them. I think he's in them like he's in Enter the Matrix.
Right.
The Animatrix came out around the same kind of time as Enter the Matrix, where the Wachowskis were sort of, dabbling in other mediums, not telling the main core Matrix story, telling like spin-off stories. It was a cool project. Like some of them were anime, some of them were CG. Like, there were loads of different animation styles, if I remember rightly. Anyway, so what you're saying is we'll never do an animated series on the pod. We'll probably watch animated movies.
I don't know what... Yeah, I mean, I don't. We don't tend to do series on the pod anyway, do we? So as in a series of animated movies, I would not say never. Definitely not. I would like to watch the Spider-Verse movies at some point.
So good.
For example.
We should do some Pixar as well.
And I really love Star Wars Rebels. But I would say it is a family show.
It's a family show, like our podcast.
Like our podcast.
Well, sorry, Daniel. I hope you don't feel too sad.
Well, Daniel did say
Thank you.
I never take recommendations.
Thank you for
and neither
emailing
should
in.
you.
Has anyone watched any of the Studio Ghibli films? Big shock.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a Studio Ghibli film.
Really? I am shocked and slightly disappointed in you. Yeah, before I went to Japan on holiday, we were going to the Ghibli Museum, and then COVID happened, and we still went to Japan, but the museum was shut. But in preparation for that, I watched sort of 3 or 4 of the movies. I mean, I think that they are really magical and fantastic.
I've seen most of the older ones. I've missed a couple of the newer ones, and I have been to the Ghibli Museum. And I went there. It was funny because the Japanese kind of people who were there with us on the trip, because it was a work trip.
Well, I was there on that trip. I think we were both there, weren't we?
Did you come? You were at the museum also?
I went to the Ghibli Museum, yeah.
I-
It was on the Ni no Kuni trip.
Yes, that's a good reason we would have gone.
Yeah.
And I remember that the Japanese rep from Bando, that's what they call it. He was just sat in the cafe, and I remember us maybe it was just me. He was chatting to him and going, "You're not going to look around?" He said, "This place is really for girls and couples," and I was like, "Okay."
I remember feeling very guilty while I was there, knowing, as someone who didn't really know a lot about Ghibli stuff, how excited other people would have been to be there in my place. So I was just walking around like, "Oh, that's that thing."
They had a big cat bus.
That's why I'm surprised, I think, because you really loved Ni no Kuni. And I mean, that obviously it is very
I
much
love
like
Ni no Kuni.
like a Ghibli movie. So it's worth yeah. Maybe maybe your daughter would enjoy watching.
Did they make Ni no Kuni 2? They did, didn't they?
They did?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say,
Ghibli weren't involved
really?
directly with Ni no Kuni 2.
And they didn't have that little Welsh fairy in it
No.
who was amazing in the first game. So
Ni no Kuni, the first one, is one of the best JRPGs ever made.
yeah,
It's
I mean, it
great.
looks unbelievable.
It's got the soundtrack's done by Joe Hisaishi, everything. So
There's,
it feels.
there's a concert, Rob, of Joe Hisaishi music by candlelight at Bath Abbey.
I keep seeing this advertised on my Instagram. But
All of the
You
advertising.
love
as
candles.
someone who has only experience of Joe Hisaishi music is in Ni no Kuni, I can't really
Do
say.
Ni no Kuni. You might shout.
Yeah, I might. Anyway, moving on. This next email is from Sebastian Stevens, who says, "Hello.
Hello.
Inspired by your Star Wars season, I got my hands on the originals. It's a little work, but check out Project 4K77 if you haven't.
Nice.
I've not.
Should be 66.
And we won't need to do that for much longer. Yeah, we only because they're coming, aren't they? They're going to re-release them.
They are coming.
The
cinema?
The cinema. They're I think next year they're
that's
releasing
quite
the.
exciting.
This is right? I haven't made this up.
Well, I haven't heard that, but I'm not to say you're wrong.
Oh,
What
no.
I'd heard was that because the BFI did a screening, which I tried to get tickets to, but it sold out very quickly last year because I think that they found in their archive an original print from the original cinema release. So it was before any tinkering. So it said at the top Star Wars, not A New Hope.
Oh wow.
And I'd love to have seen that. And I don't know if I need that level. There's more changes than we think, weirdly. I think that there were re-releases in the 80s where there was some tinkering, and then there was like the big tinkering, the end tinkering in the 90s. But
I want to hear original Boba Fett's voice. I don't want Darth Vader to say no. No. I don't want all that nonsense.
Do you want to see Jabba the Hutt in the first one?
Don't want to see Jabba the Hutt in the first one.
Want to see Han Solo shooting first?
I want to see Han Solo shooting first. All of this good. These are big things I've just listed that actually will make a difference in my.
Although I do think that the X-wing fight at the end of A New Hope is probably better than the original one. So
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Yeah, I think that, as I recall, the explosion of the Death Star is quite pathetic. In the it's like pop.
Anyway, Sebastian. Back to Sebastian.
Yes.
I got my hands on the originals and watched them with my eldest kids, 14 and 12.
Nice.
Which has me very excited since last year culminated a period of a couple of years during which I read to them The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings and The Silmarillion. Wow, you read The Silmarillion to your kids. And watched the Lord of the Rings movies, which they absolutely loved. I thought they might like Star Wars, so we are in the process of watching them. We've so far seen just the originals. I tried to write this email for too long and erased many versions already. I feel I need an extremely long conversation for what I want to say, but I'll try to summarise. This is the thrust of the email. The point in your life in which you get to experience a piece of media is very, very important. Very few can stand the test of time without the help of some nostalgia. Nostalgia for the moment when you experienced it, not from when the media actually originated from. That's sort of why I decided to start my kids with the old ones. The original trilogy is, I think, a fairy tale, but in space. That's why fluffy creatures can save the day in the end. That's why good will triumph, and why you can suspend disbelief no matter how inconsistent. I mean, come on, R2 can hack into any terminal and do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Or Obi-Wan just basically saying, truth is whatever you think it to be. Does he say that?
Well, he says what I told you was true from a certain point of view.
That's why the prequels didn't have a chance. They had no happy ending, and we knew it, and they needed to focus on Anakin's descent into the dark side, which many think they failed to portray, and so all other flaws become more evident. And I'm not even talking about Jar Jar. We can all agree he's shit.
Yeah.
If you want spectacle, each movie gives it, in a way very tied to their time of release, special effects and sensibilities of the time. But as much as you mention the Clone Wars as a kids' show, just after watching the originals, I can say that you are being somewhat apologists if you think in any way that these movies are not kids' movies. Having watched almost all of the Clone Wars, I think, just as the prequels, they are for an older audience, maybe not adults, but angsty teens. And if you are looking for consistency, rules, power scaling, force powers, and all of that, I'd say you have more of a chance finding that in the shows, and not having read any, in the books, graphic novels, and in general, in all the extended universe. I don't want to make this even longer, so anyway, what I have definitely appreciated is watching the movies with and somewhat through my kids, and think you'd call me a Star Wars enjoyer. And I hope to continue enjoying the movies and maybe series, who knows, with my children. Once again, thanks for all your hard work. I wish you all the best. Oh, and since you used to love knowing where people are that contact you, I'm writing from a tiny town called Coihueco in southern Chile.
Wow.
I don't know if I pronounced that right.
That's very cool.
Regards, Sebastian Stevens.
I believe it's Chile.
We have
I was going to say.
we have a listener from Chile.
That's cool.
We should
I did
ask-
want to know if the kids were enjoying the movies. I didn't get enough of a sense of that from
Do you
that
know,
email,
it's
but-
funny because I was like, oh, this, I was thinking about the email and that, like, oh, this is expressing a thing quite well. And then at the end, probably a Spanish speaker just writing to us in English, listening to a podcast. Oh my God.
I
You know what
know.
I mean? Just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm such a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Imagine being able to express all of that in a second language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can I put this? It's very difficult. Some philosophical ideas about, like, oh,
I've
God.
just learnt to
I like-
say, I'm not coming to your party in French. You know,
Yeah,
the lingo.
it's like,
And
I
that's
like
after, 2
football.
months.
I went on holiday.
Yeah.
I ate a
3
baguette.
beers, please.
Yeah. Yes.
I agree, though, massively with the sentiment that when you watch a thing is incredibly important.
I think, well,
when it comes to shaping your overall feeling for a thing or your love of a
I
thing.
definitely felt like I was more open to things when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
they could impress upon me like a sense of wonder, or even like when I was a bit older and in my sort of early 20s, and what my sense of what was cool or slightly transgressive and interesting was probably, I'm a lot more like, impress me these
Yeah.
days, which isn't a great starting
And
point.
I think we've talked before about there's just a weird chemistry I mean, literally the day you watch something. Like, we obviously watch a lot of movies for this podcast, and I've
Sure.
watched things that I know I love and sometimes been like, I didn't enjoy that so
Do you
much
know-
this time, and vice versa.
Doing the commentaries for The Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
it meant watching them within a year of having watched them last time. And by the time we got to the third one and we were crunching them up and watching them all in quite a short space of time, that was the least I'd ever enjoyed watching The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It was just some
But
warning from history.
It's not the way to watch them, is it? Is talking over them.
No.
If we just
definitely not.
watched
That's
them
very
with some
true.
beers quietly, that probably would have been rude.
We mentioned
more
that
enjoyable.
we might watch them later with our commentary from last year.
I think that would be bad for us.
Not as part of content, but I might do that.
You
Well,
want to
just-
watch them with our commentary?
It was
Yes.
because somebody had written something and like messaged us on Patreon and saying, "Oh, that was like commented on them on the Patreon post, and had pointed out 2 things which none of us had any memory of.
Oh no. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you shared it with me.
Boromir shitting the One Ring.
Don't remember that.
Who was talking about that?
When's he doing
I
that?
don't know.
Why did we say that?
I don't know. We had to fill a lot of time.
Yeah. Maybe you could release a commentary of you watching Lord of the Rings, listening to our commentary. And
Rob's really-
you don't have to say anything.
That would be so good.
It's mostly just occasionally you laugh, occasionally you snort. Maybe you go, for fuck's sake. That's something
Yeah.
one of us has said.
Shut up, Nath.
Yeah. Half price for
Maybe.
that one.
Yeah. Will people be interested in that?
No, don't. Even if they were,
Anything
I
I
would
can
forbid
sell.
you from doing that. Yeah.
It would be like a terrible like capitalist endeavor until about the fourth time of doing it. You know,
Yeah.
like Rob's commentary
Then
on
it
the commentary.
becomes like a really genius Stuart Lee routine.
Yes,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It takes years, but then people start talking
Yes.
about it. There's this podcast, and they did a commentary. And then every year they do a commentary over their commentary. It's amazing. It sounds mad, but it
One
really
year
works.
he only said one word.
And only true fans can pick out
Yeah,
that one word.
Yeah.
And know that actually that's like that's this commentary.
That's 2029, Rob.
yeah. Good
Anyway, I think also when you're in your formative years, like in your early teens, when you're still forming as a person,
When you're jelly.
I think anything you consume then, anything that hits you then is just becomes just, you know, it gets absorbed into your personality almost. Like Final Fantasy for me. Just those. I think if I played Final Fantasy 7 for the first time now, I'd probably enjoy it because I think it's a great game. But like, you know, I wouldn't get caught up in the melodramatics of it quite as much as when I was 13 and being like, oh my god.
It's a life and effort thing as well. Like I
Yeah.
find this with music. Because I still watch new TV and I still play new games and watch new movies, but I don't really listen to that much new music. And
same.
it's because it seemed so much a part of, you know, my quest to figure out who I was as a person and the groups that I was moving in and out of or opposing myself to at school. And I think music is different now anyway, and it's atomized and it's, you know, like it's online. But yeah, it's I think that lots of generations end up pinned to the music that they liked when they were teenagers, right?
I think it's also about time. Going back to movies, I suppose, like you have so much time as a kid to just devote to things you like. For, you know, Star Wars, I loved Star Wars, and I had time to, if I was going to draw, maybe I'd draw some Star Wars. If I had some Lego, maybe I'd like, you know, I'd be like, it just touched a lot of my life outside of actually just watching the movies. And then I just want, you know, I talked to friends about it. It was just
Should we talk
so much
about
time
Star
to
Wars?
just do that. I didn't have to worry about anything else. I just
It's funny that
thought
we're
about-
talking about this and we've made a thing we do every week just to talk about basically Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
And I always enjoy the talking, you know, like that's,
Yeah.
which is basically the podcast. So that's good. But like, I suppose I don't tend to do this kind of thing outside of this podcast. I don't ever just
Not in
sort
a
of
formal way.
not, if I have a chat with someone about something I've watched or whatever, it's like 3 minutes. If I loved it, I'm like, oh, have you seen this? It's
Outside of the
amazing.
podcast situation, there's not that I feel quite bad about explaining my opinions at length because I assume no one wants to hear them.
We
Do you know what I mean?
don't.
Like it's quite.
We don't. We don't. We've been trying to tell you that. But
Next email. This is from Dana, who says,
You bastard.
Hey, hey, Rob, Dave, and Nath. I've been listening for a long time, loving the podcast, started with your Lord of the Rings series, and recently I remembered a game I played a few years ago. I know this is traditionally a movie podcast, but you have discussed other media before, and this particular game I think you would all love.
Can I just pause? Do you think this is someone who doesn't watch Access? Because it seems that way, and also because when we normally get people who say I've been
love
watching
that.
I've been watching for a long time, it's like 15 years,
yeah,
and this is like, yeah, do you remember last Christmas?
I'm not sure there's anyone who listens to the podcast
It's only because sometimes
It's my
who
dream.
doesn't
'cause it's-
already know us from Access.
This one is like sometimes you talk about video games. It's like that is correct. Sometimes we do talk
yeah.
about video games.
It's
If
my dream to find someone.
you
who
are
listens to this.
listening to this and you've never ever heard of PlayStation Access,
Yeah.
please email in. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Rob will
That'd be-
gift you a captain subscription to the podcast.
No, I won't.
Oh, okay.
He
Well, we
doesn't-
can do. We can do.
He doesn't know how to do
Yeah,
that.
we can. Do,
And that is why.
It's not
He
that
will
he doesn't
send
want
you
to.
the files
He
every
simply does not know. How, yeah, that's right.
But I would, yeah, I would, yeah. Who is stumbling on this podcast?
I don't know. I really hope that someone could and still enjoy it, having no idea who we are.
I seem so like.
Anyway, I think Dana does know about PlayStation Access, but
Okay.
let's carry on.
Sorry.
And recently, I remembered a game I played a few years ago. I know this is traditionally a movie podcast, but you have discussed other media before, and this particular game I think you would all love. To my memory, none of you have mentioned it before, so this should hopefully be a new discovery for all of you. The game is called Signalis.
I've played Signalis.
Oh, Dave's played it. It's an indie survival horror. Give it a chance, Dave. They've definitely seen PlayStation Access.
Yeah.
They know you don't like horror.
Oh yeah.
Though I've
well,
played
we've
it.
talked about being scared on this podcast.
And
Anyway.
honestly, I would rather not say more than that. Just based on past discussions you have had, I believe this game is right up your alley. Whether you do a podcast episode about it or not, I would guess not, I still think you all should check it out. And if you do, I'd love to hear your thoughts, even if it's just an aside during a future Mailbag episode. Again, I have loved listening to the podcast since discovering it around the Lord of the Rings season and getting to know you more than just on PlayStation Access. Boo, Dana. Always look forward to my weekly listen while at
No
work.
subscription for Dana.
As I write this, you'll be starting the sequel series to Star Wars on Monday. While those movies are of varying quality, ultimately, they are a complete mess as a so-called trilogy. And that's that. I'm interested to see your
Thanks,
takes
Dana.
on them. Thanks for all of you. Thanks for all you do, Dana.
That sounded like it was going to be conciliatory about the sequels, and then it was just like, doesn't matter if some of them are good, but ultimately it's a big.
Yeah.
it's a
Why
big
did we
waste of
bother? It's
I
a big
said
waste of
that
time.
that's that bit.
Yeah.
Dana
Oh,
didn't
I
say
see.
that.
I see.
Fair enough.
Dana said, ultimately, they're a complete mess as a so-called trilogy.
So cool trilogy.
Cutting it off. I haven't played Signalis, but I have heard the music to Signalis, and I think that's brilliant.
I
That's all
can't
I've got
remember
to
the
say.
music to Signalis, but
When
I
did Signalis come out?
2022?
I think it was during the period of time when I wasn't on the channel, so I have not heard of it.
well, I didn't hear about it on the channel, or
Is it on
didn't
PlayStation?
come to. I bought it. I played it. I bought it myself.
One of the 3 games that Dave has ever bought.
That's right, 3 more than you. And I saw Ash Millman tweet about it or something like that, and she just put 3 screenshots from the game, and that's what got me. There was one
Good mark.
screenshot which is actually like just from the very start of the game, it's like a kind of pixel art 8-bit sort of. I get confused when I start talking about bits, but let's say 8-bit
Yeah.
kind of
It's a 3-bit
art style,
art
and
style.
it was like this cockpit of a spaceship, and I was like, that looks fucking cool. And then I saw 2 other bits, and she'd written something like, I really love this, and it's not a long game, which is a big plus for me as
I'm in.
well.
I'm
I
in.
think it was like 6 or 8 hours maybe.
What did you play on PC?
No, PlayStation.
That's why I asked if it was on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, it is on PlayStation. Yeah,
It is.
and I really liked it. It is scary. It is scary. I actually didn't finish it because I think I got a little bit too scared. You get to this bit, when you like get to a new bit,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, things have changed. Oh no, I'm in a new bit, and it was like,
You really are talking about bits.
there was 8 bits, and
This bit.
it's good.
Scary
It's
bits.
good though. I think you would both enjoy it.
I'm really
I think
brave,
you'd enjoy it
so,
more, Nath,
yeah,
probably.
I'm strong.
Why?
Dave, so.
I'm going to play it now, and I'm going to like it more than all of you.
We'll see.
This last email is unhinged.
Oh.
I don't know if either of you have seen this.
Oh.
Should you be reading it out?
Are there drawings?
Is it not about Sky remotes, is it?
We've received an email from Salacious B. Crumb. Who says, and I particularly like this, just addressed to me, says, Dear Robert Pearson of Earth. I don't know who the fuck has written this.
Salacious B. Crumb.
My name is Salacious B. Crumb. The B, over the years, has stood for Basil, Bartholomew, Benedict, Biscuit, and during one regrettable period, box office poison. I am an actor. I don't understand this email.
It's
'Cause
Salacious B. Crumb.
It's from the character Salacious B. Crumb, but also Salacious B. Crumb apparently is an actor playing a character called Salacious B.
Yeah,
Crumb in
it's-
The Return of the
it's-
Jedi.
Yes, it's the actor who played
It's a
Salacious
cameo.
B. Crumb, but in a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
Star Wars is a documentary.
Yeah.
That's
see.
what you're missing.
As a listener of your planet's premier movie fandom podcast, I was delighted to learn that I had a fan in your good self. Your description of me as and I quote, a brilliant piece of shit was received in the spirit in which I choose to believe it was intended, generous, perceptive, and unexpectedly affectionate. I have listened to your full catalogue. This is not an exaggeration, nor is it something I would normally admit in polite company. I was therefore unsurprised to learn that David and Nathan did not resonate with my performance as strongly as you. I applaud your patience with them and assume their presence serves either a rehabilitative purpose or a tax-related obligation. Your reaction to my performance prompted me to reflect on my experience during the production of The Return of the Jedi. It is difficult to summarise succinctly. The role, as written, required me to embody what might generously be described as a loud accessory. This was challenging, given that on Kowak, is that how you say it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Kowak.
Yeah.
I had previously performed 3 seasons of The Tragedy of Lord Kurthak entirely in verse. Nevertheless, I accepted the part. One does not turn down a speaking role opposite a hut with final cut approval. The conditions on set were mixed. I was housed in a shared trailer with 2 young Ewoks, both newly famous and deeply irresponsible. They entertained a rotating cast of guests, including Twi'leks, Rhodians, and at least one Bothan who claimed to be between intelligence jobs. Rest was scarce, discipline non-existent. My closest companionship came instead from the Rancor, a thoughtful method actor who suffered greatly from being typecast as the monster. We spent many evenings discussing subtext, pacing, and the cruel limitations of genre cinema. In the years since the film's release, I am proud to say that opportunities for Kowakian performers have broadened. My performance is now taught on my home planet as an example of what happens when society allows others to define you. Progress has been made. My youngest son now performs at a local theatre and has sworn he will never appear in a Star Wars film. I respect his conviction, though I privately wonder whether any actor could truly resist the call, particularly given that what modern technology might allow one to do with a franchise that I am sure has gone from strength to strength since my own involvement. Yeah. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the movies post-Return of the Jedi. Please do keep up the good work with your podcast, and thank you again for engaging with my work seriously. It is rarer than you might think. With sincere regards, Salacious Crumb.
That's a very good email.
Well,
Yeah.
what
an insight.
I don't know what's going on.
don't know what
We'll
to make of
never
it.
know who that's from.
I would love to know who that's really from.
Well, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Someone, well, I do and don't.
Change
Some-
my mind.
I don't want to know.
I
If
don't
someone
wanna
went, no, it was me, I'd be sad. But I think, no, it was actually me. Did you like my email? It was me. No, I don't want that. I want that email to live as written
Yeah.
in my mind.
As soon as it's someone who's slightly too eager for us to know it was really them.
Yeah.
I-
And I am a big
I-
fan of Salacious Crumb. I hope
it's too
I
late
obviously
now.
didn't get that impression.
Too late now, mate.
I'm not saying I'm as big a fan as Rob, who hit the nail on the head, but
Yes.
I just wanted to clear that up in case that wasn't clear.
Good choice, Rob.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for in today's mailbag.
Mailbag.
Now it's time for the headline act, our own individual rankings of the 11 Star Wars films that we have seen on this podcast.
My goodness. I think this is going to be controversial.
Shall we just go, one person does their whole ranking and then we move on to the next? Otherwise, we're just going to be faffing around.
Or do we need the whole ranking? Should we just do like bottom 2, top 3?
Oh, I reckon do the whole thing.
The whole thing.
I think we've got 5 minutes per person.
Let's just go quickly.
Okay.
I think we should do the whole thing. I think.
Yeah, we should do the whole thing. And Nath, I think you should go first.
I'm going to start at the bottom and then
Yeah.
I'm going to go in ascending
Yeah.
order. I think the bottom one is going to be the same for everybody. It's Attack of the Clones.
I don't know if it is the same for Rob.
Not
All
the
right,
same for
okay.
me.
It's not
Okay.
the same for Rob.
Attack
It
of the Clones.
is the same for me.
Well, it's because it's the correct answer.
Attack of the Clones is with beyond any kind of reprieve. It's
Just
just
a terrible thing.
absolutely not a second of that movie do I enjoy.
Oh, come on.
Not a single second.
Come on.
It's
Not
terrible.
one thing
I
is
am
good.
haunted by the kisses
No.
you should never have given me.
I can't even find it funny. I don't find it funny. It's bad. I hate it.
What about Yoda fighting?
Hate it. You know that that's bad. It better be like
But by our
second.
skills with a lightsaber.
It better be like second worst.
He force pulls his
in your
lightsaber
list.
out. Yoda
He does. Yeah, but
Let
he's
me
not
get-
really there
let me
because he's
get through
just some
my
pixels.
Damned list.
To the forward command center. Take me. We must go.
Revenge of the Sith is the next on my list. The Phantom Menace is the next on my list.
Hate my list.
So so that's the trilogy.
That's the prequel
You
stuff.
just put all three of the prequels right at the bottom.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. Yeah, they're all really bad.
They're terrible.
The fourth worst Star Wars movie is The Rise of Skywalker. The fifth worst is The Last Jedi. And the sixth worst is The Force Awakens. This list is so far scientifically undeniably correct.
So this is your top 5 we're getting to now.
It's my top 5.
This is it now. This is the bit where it gets going to get strange.
We're into the final run on the Death Star. Solo is number 5. An enjoyable film.
Yeah, I
what
agree.
think about Solo.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Return of the Jedi because it's the original trilogy, but it's got quite a lot of puppets in it.
It's the worst of the originals.
I put Rogue One as number 3. I maybe would actually put it number 2 now after a couple of days of reflection. Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope.
Whoa, that's interesting to me. A New Hope, I think. I want it to be my number 1. It feels like it should be as the place that began it all, but I think The Empire Strikes Back is just... Shall I just do my list really quickly because it's very similar to Nate's?
Yeah,
in fact, my list is exactly the same as Nate's. Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, The Phantom Menace, The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, Solo, Return of the Jedi.
It's correct.
Then the top 3, and I tried to do this quickly. I knew that Empire was going to be my number 1.
Fair.
Just is. I love Empire. And I committed to paper, and I feel a bit weird about this. In 3rd place, A New Hope, and in 2nd place, Rogue One.
Interesting.
And I think that will change over time.
Do you know what? I watched Rogue One and I just had so much fun. And I thought that was ultimately it for me.
Yeah.
I find it quite rewatchable. I think it's really successful. It doesn't have the magic of the old films in creating something, but it scores, and it's not just that's not the only measure, but it scores really highly on. This is great fun and it works.
Yeah, I also had great fun watching A New Hope. Like this time, it was like really great to be back in Star Wars. I really enjoyed it,
and I think
that Rogue One leads so well into A New Hope. Like
it makes them both better.
They both are better because
and I thought Return of the Jedi had some of that old magic, and the old original cast. They're so good.
Yeah.
And then it drags because
Endor's a bit of a drag. The space battle, the battle for the Death Star 2 is fantastic.
I don't really agree that the Ewoks are rubbish. Some people say they're rubbish spaced, for example.
I think they make sense.
The Ewoks were rubbish.
I think they make sense. What do you want?
I quite like the Ewoks. They're all right.
What do you want?
They're like Wookiees, but small. Ewoks.
All right, let's hear.
Ewok.
This is gonna.
Electronic Wookiees.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the time we got sent out of English class at school?
That was so much like, have I ever told you?
Have I ever told
the
you?
story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
The story of double English.
I think I said it before on this podcast.
Can we guess your bottom placed Star Wars movie?
Look, my list is based not entirely. It's based on what I like personally.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what your list should be.
It's a ranking.
Yeah.
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 All right, you guess what the last one is.
You really
The
hated. It's either Rise of Skywalker or Solo. I think you hated Rise of Skywalker. Didn't he hate
He
it?
did hate it.
Yeah, it's Rise of Skywalker. Isn't
Correct.
It? Yeah.
That's my 11th favourite Star Wars film.
Okay.
Interesting.
In 10th place,
Yes.
it is Solo.
Yeah.
Simply because I've already forgotten almost everything about that film.
That
Okay.
really surprises
Apart from the fact
me.
that Darth Maul appears at the end, and I really hated that.
You did,
Yeah.
that's
I thought it was a fine. I liked the train set piece. Woody Harrelson was in it.
Yeah. See, it's coming back to you now. How Han met Wookiee?
How
Chewie?
had my
Oh man, where's our Wookiee?
In 9th place, The Last Jedi,
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
which I would have had higher, I think, before rewatching all of the films.
Yeah.
This time. In 8th place, Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
glad that you
It
at least agree it's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the
prequel.
worst of the prequels.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, it's a terrible film. It's still got bits in it that I really like.
It's amazing to think that how many of them are terrible films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I think 5 of them are good films.
As terribly as it is depicted, there's something about the forbidden romance between Anakin and Padme that I
you had that.
resonate with, and I
Yeah.
always think about the time when I was at school,
Yeah.
wondering whether the girl I fancied really liked me, and was I evil really or not.
So going back to that,
I've forgotten about this.
going back to that letter earlier on, so when you watch these things, really does leave a
Oh
mark.
yeah,
Really
for sure.
leaves a mark.
I mean,
Otherwise-
why is it forbidden? Because he's a Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, just don't be a Jedi then.
He's like 10 years younger than
Be a
Harrison.
Jedi if that's more important, or be with Padme if that's more important. He turns to the dark side, so he's not doing either, is he? Basically kills Padme, and he's not a
But he
Jedi.
was-
Stupid.
He was misled, wasn't he? By the
Well, he
Emperor?
was misled. Yeah.
Anyway, 8th place. In 7th place, The Phantom Menace. In 6th place, A New Hope.
Oh my God! So we're putting Revenge of
Wait.
the Sith further up. This is
Wait,
ridiculous.
Wait. What position is A New Hope in?
6th place.
It's just a bit boring, isn't it?
Oh my God!
In 5th place, The Force Awakens. I think
So you think The Force Awakens is better than A New Hope?
He does.
Yes. I enjoy it more. I enjoy watching it more. If you told me now I had to go and watch either The Force Awakens or A New Hope, I'd pick The Force Awakens. It's just a well-made, thrilling film. Some great set pieces in it. Your
Unlike
face.
A New Hope.
Your credibility is just
I don't
hissing out of your body.
Well, because I just don't like the film, the same film that you
I'm
like.
just sad you've admitted this in public. This is but go on.
Top 5. Wait, so Force Awakens number 5.
Yeah. In 4th place, The Return of the Jedi, which I believe is the same as why you ranked The Return of the Jedi.
It is,
where
yeah.
I put it,
but I'm
We
just
all agree
shocked
it's
that you
that.
like it more than New Hope. But that's okay.
In 3rd place,
With Salacious Crumb, obviously.
3rd place, The Revenge of the Sith.
Wow.
I really love The Revenge of the
You
Sith.
just like
Just
Palpatine
fucking
getting
love
to take his
There's
hood
so
off.
many good fights in it. There's so many
Or
great
put his hood up.
Palpatine moments in it. There's so
Yeah.
many good.
Serious Jar Jar.
It's
serious charge.
it's so entertaining. It's such an incredibly entertaining film.
Okay.
It's like a moth watching loads of lights flashing.
I don't find it entertaining.
Really?
No.
What the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan is amazing.
It looks
It's just
rubbish.
two
What
men
are you
going
talking
zoop,
about?
zoop, zoop on a blue screen.
It's-
You know that planet's not real.
Yeah, but their fight is genuinely real, and they're really good at doing it.
They are good at doing
You
it.
compare it to the fight where Ian McDiarmid fights Samuel L. Jackson. That's a
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
That fight.
That's true.
But Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were genuinely going at it at that speed, and it's very impressive to watch.
And they had that fight in the movie.
In 2nd place, The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Okay.
And in
Wow.
1st place, Rogue
Rogue
One.
One. The Star
It's
Wars
like, I
story.
think you've made a list that is actually designed to annoy everyone.
Why?
Because there's quite a
This
few
is-
people on our latest
this
episode
is,
going, I can't believe you guys all like Rogue One. I hate this movie.
This is a perfect example of the
Really?
ridiculous toxicity of Star Wars fandom.
Why do people hate Rogue One?
Why do people don't like Rogue One?
People,
Why are you
were
not
saying,
like?
people were saying one of the thrusts of their argument was that, it's just not a Star Wars film. It's just not Star Wars.
It is. It's a Star Wars
It
story.
is a Star Wars film, and it's just really good in it.
Yeah. It's tricky. Well, people like different things,
They do,
don't they?
and that's fine.
It
It's
is
all right.
fine. It is fine. It is fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Well, there you go.
I can't believe New Hope's your number one.
Well, it's because again,
'cause
at the
it's-
time when I watched it, and I had it on a video, and I would watch it over and over again. It's the first one I saw, massive.
It's got to
I've
get
seen
some
it more than
points
all the
for
others.
being the start of it all.
Luke's amazing. The music's amazing. So much of it's created then, and I saw it first, which might not be the case for
Their chemistry and their dialogue is so good. When they finally get together near the trash compactor on the detention level, it's just great.
They're coming through.
Maybe I'll watch it again.
They're
I'll
coming
watch it.
through.
I'll watch it at the cinema when they re-release them next year.
Okay.
Because the last time I saw it at the cinema was when I arrived 20 minutes late when my dad took me to see
Yeah.
it. And then I was half an hour late for the Return of the Jedi.
We'll do a commentary and it'll be you saying, this bit's just fine. And it'll be us going, shut up.
Anyway, we should add all of them together
And see what
and
with our
afford points to all of them, and then we'll get the
true
overall
ranking.
aggregated Redshirt Cinema Club ranking of the best Star Wars films.
we should
Yeah.
we should put it to a vote as well. A poll with 11 answers. I think we can do that on Patreon. People can go and vote. Vote.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be fun, won't it? That's it for the mailbag and this episode. Thank you, everybody, for your emails
Series as well.
and this series. Yes, please do continue sending in your emails to redshirtcinemaclub@gmail.com. They can be about anything. Star Wars, any of the other films we've watched, anything you want to ask us. And if anyone has listened to this podcast without ever having watched PlayStation Access before, as I say, please do get in touch.
For your
we'd love
badge.
for your special badge. And no lying either. We'll be back next week where we're embarking on a brand new series, which is 80s fantasy. And I
But
believe,
before that, Rob, on Wednesday this week.
oh yes, bonus episode for
Yeah.
captains and commanders. We're going to be watching Spaceballs,
Yeah.
which I've never seen. And I'm quite looking forward to. Is it funny?
It's funny. I
Excellent.
think it's
Great.
funny.
Good, funny film. So
Dave's in it. It's going to
Oh,
be
for
great.
God's sake.
yes, if you haven't seen, we've got a new tier on Patreon called the Captain Tier. Just if you really like us and want to give us more money, please.
Well, great. What a great sell.
Well, do you know what? Also, the only real tangible benefit is that we will have, when we do a series like the fantasy series, we'll have one episode for a bonus episode where we get a selection of options and the captains will vote on which one they would most like to see.
So you get
this
exclusive voting rights as a captain.
Will we massively stack the options to make sure we're watching what we want? Only time will
100%.
tell. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But after that bonus episode, we are embarking on our 80s fantasy series, which begins, I believe, with Willow. So that will be next Monday's episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
And it could be a good shout for any emails you want to send in.
Indeed.
What 80s fantasies have you enjoyed? Would you recommend are the best, are the worst?
We will see you then. You've been listening to Redshirt Cinema Club. If you're enjoying the podcast, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Just check the link in the description. We'd also love to hear from you. Email us at redshirtcinemaclub@gmail.com or follow us on social media. We'll be back with another episode next Monday. See you then.